Good morning. My name is Todd Burns. I guess better known as Beth's husband or Tori Chase and Sam's dad. I would like to welcome everyone to the 2021 Cherish the Children of God event. I first want to take a minute to thank our first time guests for being online with us. I know you won't regret it. A special thank you to our 85 table captains for all your hard work ensuring we have a record attendance year. I first became involved with Volunteers of America in the early 90s when I served on the board of directors. I quickly figured out Volunteers of America does a really good job with their resources in serving our community. Fast forward some 20 plus years, Volunteers of America has become a family affair. My daughter Tori joined the board, and now my oldest son Chase is on the board. We are very grateful for Volunteers of America and the opportunities they afford us to both be a blessing and to be blessed. Every year, we look forward to going to Corbett Lodge at Christmas and sharing a meal with the residents who have disabilities. We usually just eat, play a few games, give out some gifts, and sing some Christmas carols. It doesn't sound like that much, but we leave there feeling blessed beyond words. There's something about seeing your kids help others in their community that's just overwhelming. Jesus says, in John 15:12, my command is this: love each other as I've loved you. In John Maxwell's book, Intentional Living, he tells us how. When we follow the path wanting to make a difference, by doing something that makes a difference, with people who make a difference, at a time that makes a difference, we can change the world and make it a better place. As I see it, this is exactly what Volunteers of America does. I believe as you listen this morning, something you hear will make you happy, make you laugh, break your heart, and make you cry. Volunteers of America has an opportunity for all of us to be intentional by loving others and living a life of significance. Thank you all again for being here.
Good morning and welcome again to our Cherish the Children of God event. It may seem like everything is different from our last breakfast. However, here at Volunteers of America, little has changed. Our mission remains serving the most vulnerable members of our community. Children must succeed in school to escape poverty. Veterans need a safe place to live while they continue to fight for independence. Seniors deserve dignity as they age. The solutions for these challenges have not changed either. Compassion, dedication, creativity, and you. Your continued support allowed us to adapt, providing the same solutions in innovative ways. Compassion is the root of all our work. It sees the potential in someone like Dylan, a 23-year-old Marine veteran who didn't even realize his own internal battle. Upon transitioning to civilian life, he felt empty and tried to avoid the trauma of his time in Iraq. One night he chose to run when he saw the flashing lights of a police car behind his motorcycle. The night ended with Dylan in handcuffs. His attorney recognized the situation was deeper than impulsive defiance. Dylan was struggling with mental health issues and alcoholism, which made him a candidate for our Veterans Treatment Court. Through the compassion of those he worked with, Dylan has a second chance to fulfill his dream of becoming a firefighter. When it comes to dedication, look no further than our staff. Since lockdown began over a year ago, not one of our 140 direct care workers refused to come to work. Despite the personal risk, they asked only for the equipment needed to safely care for those with special needs, veterans, and seniors. When I thanked one coworker for her dedication, she looked at me slightly confused and said simply, "But Mr. Chuck, this is ministry." Creativity is not new to Volunteers of America. I often say if we are doing the same thing in 3 years, we will have failed. Over the years, that has meant new programs. In 2020, it was telehealth, remote learning, and quarantine. No one pivoted better than our Lighthouse team. Schools shut down and the Lighthouse moved to Zoom. Partner organizations such as Alpha Kappa Alpha and the Junior League engaged in virtual lessons. Tutors met with students remotely. And we still celebrated the graduation of 8 Lighthouse kids. We know compassion, dedication, and creativity work. Despite all the challenges, last year, 80% of students in communities and schools made progress toward their goals. 250 veterans found permanent housing. 97% of adults with severe mental illness avoided hospitalization. Your investment made those successes possible. You created brighter futures for Dylan and countless others. To be frank, our solutions, particularly creativity, are not inexpensive. The new normal required new equipment, technology, and lots of time. But when nothing else was certain, we knew we could count on you to provide the financial resources required to keep going. Every year we have a gap between what we receive from government and what our programs require to be successful. This year we referred to it as the gap of uncertainty. Because of COVID, expenses increased significantly and government funding declined. This year we expect a gap of nearly $2.5 million, the largest in our history. Thanks to you, we can make plans for growth. But with any additional uncertainty, we may face difficult decisions about people and programs. Imagine how much more we will do when we are all back together. We will ensure more of our neighbors meet their goals and live in hope. One child, one family, one person at a time. On behalf of each person served by Volunteers of America, thank you for your compassion, dedication, and creativity. May God bless each of you.
The feeling of coming into the lighthouse and being surrounded by people that really, really believe in you. I mean, I'm so full of joy just from the experience that I've had from Volunteers of America. I was fine with academics and schoolwork, but I just kind of lost interest in a lot of things because I was really, really interested in fashion and designing and modeling. And you don't really have those options through school. I remember Miss Lovelace told me that I would be giving a speech at this party, a Christmas party held by Volunteers of America. And I begged her to choose someone else. And she was like, no, Marquisha, you'll do fine, just go. So I arrived and I just gave my speech about what I was doing, what I was interested in. And I just remember mentioning fashion designing, and the room it seemed like it exploded. Everybody was just like, you need to meet Knox. Have you met Knox? Do you know who she is? Knox Goodman had a boutique here in Shreveport. She's a Shreveport native, and it was Knox Goodman's boutique. It's very well known here in Shreveport for gowns. I was walking around the party, and this little old lady walks up to me, and she's like, hi, I'm Knox, and I heard you're interested in fashion. I was like, yes, ma'am. And she said, well, I have this boutique, and I'm going to give you my card. I would love for you to come see how we run things. I think a week later, I arrived to her boutique, and she actually handed me a schedule. And so she said, whenever you're not in school, these are your hours. I would love for you to be here and work with us. And that's how it started. It was very exciting. I remember going back to the lighthouse and telling Miss Lovelace that I met Knox, and I was just in tears because I was so excited about it. Miss Lovelace has never been a model before. She's never been a fashion designer before, but she listened to what I wanted, and she allowed me to be just that. You know, those teenage years are very crucial. Miss Lovelace, there were so many times I walked in her office ready to give up, even as a teenager, and she would not let me do it because she saw something in me that I could not see in myself.
You're on constant alert. 365 days out of the year, 24 hours a day. It doesn't matter if you're sleeping or not, or you're trying to sleep. I served in the Army National Guard, served 2 tours overseas in Iraq. The transitioning over to civilian life, it's very hard. When I came back after my first tour, I was the most angry. I didn't care about life, didn't care about anything. It didn't matter. I separated myself from society. I lost my job. I lost the relationship I was in. I became homeless after that. There were several times where I did not want to be here. I was ready. I was like, take me. I'm ready. Let's do it.
About suicide?
Several times, multiple times. I sat there and I said, I really need help. I need to find the reason why I'm being like this. And then we started going through the process of going through counseling, and then I started to get into the Safe Haven program. They provide you with food. They provide you with shelter. You don't have to pay anything. All you have to do is just do what you're asked. You got simple chores. It allowed me to focus on things that I really needed to focus on without having to worry and stress. I was like, okay, now I gotta find a place. I gotta pay rent, or I'm gonna be out on the streets. I don't know where my next meal's gonna be. It was making room for me to allow myself to like plan things out and give myself direction again and a purpose in life. I don't have problems like I used to. I try to see things through a different perspective. I don't get angry and aggressive and upset like I used to.
Proud of yourself?
Oh yeah, I'm very proud of myself. Come a long way. But I didn't do it alone. You can be the toughest person out there, but deep down, there's always going to be something that you're going to need help with.
I'm a patient care attendant. I work for Mr. Tommy Anderson. I come in the mornings. I help Mr. Anderson with his medication. I work with him 40 hours a week. So I'm with him quite often. We've become family. And he was getting ready to go in the hospital to do a procedure, and they tested. Mr. Anderson actually had COVID. So Volunteers of America really went into active duty on what we need to do. So they limited the staff to where it was just myself and Mr. Anderson. It was very challenging because he wasn't used to the distance, the mask, no one coming in, no family, just me. I was a little nervous though at the first beginning, but I had already been with him, so I wasn't sure if I had exposed myself already as well. We've lost some people in my family from COVID, so that made me a little leery about dealing with Mr. Anderson, but I was already there. And I said, I want to put my best foot forward and do what I can to make sure he's okay. So I was kind of quarantined from my family as well. So I went over on one side of the house, and they had to fend for themselves on the other side of the house. They really didn't grasp what was going on. My husband was like, I need you to cook me dinner. So it was very challenging, really. I don't know if I feel like I'm a hero. I'm just here to do a job, and I'm thankful that I'm able to make a difference or help somebody along the way. That's what I feel like, not a hero.
She's my hero.
Thank you, Tommy. See, I think them some tears you let down. You don't want nobody to know, do you? Quit that, you're gonna make me cry with you.
Good morning. As Chuck said, here at Volunteers of America, not many things have changed. And I'm one of them. I'm still here, still passionate about the work we do. And I am honored to once again invite your investment in what we need most, financial support for our day-to-day operations. Since 2003, compassionate and dedicated people like you have been joining our Cherish the Children Giving Society by making a 5-year pledge of at least $1,000 per year. Your gifts build a strong foundation that allow us to meet the current needs of those in our community who would otherwise lose hope. 11 years ago, many of you recognized the ongoing need for sustainable funding by joining our Evergreen Society and pledging an annual gift of $1,000 or more until you tell us otherwise. These generous contributions allow Volunteers of America to plan for the future and sustain our quality programs, even through very difficult times. To help inspire new and increased giving, a generous and passionate donor is leading the way with a $1 million matching gift. Yes, that's right, a $1 million matching gift. Recognizing the value of the long-term commitment of our Cherish the Children and Evergreen donors, your gift at that level will be matched 3-to-1. Think about it. Each year for 5 years, your $1,000 gift becomes $4,000. Now, listen very carefully. The opportunity to leverage your gift with the match applies to new Cherish the Children Society members, renewal of completed Cherish the Children Society pledges, new Evergreen Society members, and increases to existing Cherish the Children or Evergreen Society pledges. This year, we're going to make giving very easy. Let's take a look at the society member levels together. A new Cherish the Children or Evergreen Society gift of $1,000 per year or $84 per month provides the daily assistance for one person like Tommy to be independent. A gift of $10,000 per year provides 1 year of social emotional support and academic enrichment for 5 students like Marquisha. A gift of $25,000 per year provides shelter and support for veterans like David when they have no place to turn. Now, it's time to visit our online giving page. You can click on the link in the chat box, or you can open your browser and type VOA North, North, LA.org/give. If you want to become a new Cherish the Children Society member today, your gift will be eligible for our $1 million match. Simply click the button, Cherish the Children Society, and you can make a gift that will renew annually for the next 5 years. For those who wish to join the Evergreen Society, simply select that button. We will automatically renew your pledge each year until you tell us otherwise. For those of you who are already society donors, we thank you for your tremendous support. Please remember that increasing or extending your current pledge makes you eligible for today's 3-to-1 matching gift. Simply click Increase Your Current Pledge. As always, we know and respect that we all have different financial measures. You can choose or create the gift amount that is right for you by clicking Make a One-Time or Monthly Gift. Any gift you make today is greatly appreciated and helps us meet the increasing needs in our community. Words seem so inadequate to express my sincere thanks to our anonymous donor for leading the way toward closing our nearly $2.5 million gap. Your gift will change lives for years to come. However, none of this would be possible without continued support from each of you. On behalf of those who find their way to us, thank you. Now, please welcome Jimmy Campbell for some closing remarks.
Good morning. I hope everyone has enjoyed today's event. My name is Jimmy Campbell. I'm a former board member and a volunteer tutor. My journey to Volunteers of America began when I was living in Baton Rouge. A dear friend was a board member at the local affiliate, and she invited us to attend their annual event. I was quite moved by how much good they appeared to be doing. After that evening, I was ready to participate in some way. Upon relocating to Shreveport in 2017, I was curious about the affiliate here, but I was told, if Chuck Meehan gives you a call, don't answer. Well, Chuck never reached out to me, but he had my friend Jerry Edwards do it instead, and I got involved shortly thereafter. A few months later, we had a board meeting at Broadmoor Middle School. There, the work of Volunteers of America came to life for me, as I heard from a student who had a new attitude about school because of the Communities and Schools partnership. I was instantly intrigued. I asked the staff, "You mean I can come tutor someone who's struggling in school based around my schedule?" The answer was yes. I met Sydney a few weeks later, and I've been volunteering ever since. Our young people like Sydney are curious, resilient, and despite all that is stacked against them, hopeful. That's what makes that hour of my week so special. Yet, when people ask me about my experience as a tutor, their inquiry is commonly accompanied with a hesitation in their voice. I can usually feel the convenient excuses to opt out, lounging on their shoulders. I've never taught before. I'm not very good at math. I don't think I have time, etc., etc. My response is simply this. If you enjoyed reading to your own children when they were little, do you think you might be able to take 45 minutes or so out of your week to read to a child who does not have someone to read with them? It's really that simple. In the Bible, the book of Proverbs tells us that iron sharpens iron, which may incline us to pursue helping others. But let's not overlook the fact that the word iron brackets the word sharpens in that phrase. The goodness goes both ways, and I have found that the folks I've tutored have also been some of my best teachers. The Communities and Schools Partnership was a very nice fit for me. Because you're here this morning, I know you have a servant's heart, and I'm sure that Volunteers of America can find a very nice fit for you to serve one of our community's most vulnerable citizens. We can all do our part. Be not afraid to simply try. Thank you.
Thank you again to our table captains and our donors who joined us from near and far. A special thank you to our anonymous donor who provided our $1 million matching gift. Remember, any society member, new pledge, or an increase given to an existing pledge today will be matched 3-to-1. Visit us now, voanorth.org/give. On behalf of those we serve, we are grateful to have your support. Take care, y'all.